Good morning, groovy citizens, and happy motivational Monday to each and every one of you. It is a beautiful day out. Right now it's 76 degrees. Today is going to be a high of 84. So I will take the coolness while it lasts, okay? So hopefully you all have gotten up, gotten your day started. You're having an amazing day. Just know that I prayed for each and every one of you. While I may not know you all personally, and we may never ever get a chance to meet, just know I keep you all in my prayers. And I woke up this morning asking God just to keep his hand on all of us, asking him to bless you to have an amazing day. I asked him to open up doors for you, doors that no man can close, but also to close doors that no man can ever open again. Come on, somebody. So I keep you all in my prayers. So we're going to jump into today's topic, which is this too shall pass. Could I say that one more time? Because I just love that. This too shall pass. Now, as I was preparing my notes for this video, I actually was watching a motivational video on YouTube, and that's where I even came up with the idea, because I heard the narrator mention the term, and actually it was, who was it? It was Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he talked about how this too shall pass. And I said, you know what? I like that topic, but I decided to dig a little deeper because I wanted to know where exactly that term originated from. And so guess what? I love me some Google, because anything you're looking for, you can find it if you Google it. And so according to Wikipedia, the term this too shall pass reflects on the temporary nature of the human condition, that neither bad nor good moments in life ever indefinitely last. Let me say that one more time, because somebody missed that. The term this too shall pass reflects on the temporary nature, temporary meaning that it's just for right now, it's not permanent, of the human condition, that neither bad nor good moments in life ever indefinitely last. The legend of the quote finds its roots in the court of a powerful Persian king who called his wise men to him and asked them for one quote. All he wanted was one quote that would be accurate at all times. Let me put a pin right there, because that was your shouting moment right there. This Persian king asked for one quote that would be accurate at all times. No matter what's going on, this quote is always going to be accurate, and in all situations. So the wise men consulted with one another and threw themselves into deep contemplation, and finally came up with the answer. This too shall pass. So that just means that even when you're doing good, this too shall pass. Because everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean everybody. It doesn't mean just the rich. It doesn't mean the poor. It doesn't mean the middle class. It means everybody. It doesn't mean the young or just the old or the in-between. It doesn't mean that it only applies if your skin is one color versus another. It means everybody. If you're doing good now, I applaud you. I pray for great things to happen in your life. But the reality is that a lot of times these great moments that you're having can be short-lived. Now, sometimes it's not necessarily short in terms of time, because to me, short-lived is relative. But when I say short-lived, you can have a stretch of 40 years of everything going great, and then you have that down season where for maybe 2 or 3 years or even 5, things are not as great as they used to be. But that's why this too shall pass. So no matter what you're going through, no matter who you are, no matter where you grew up, no matter where you live, things will change. So I'm going to make sure I put that in the description box. So let's jump into this quote by Bishop T.D. Jakes. I'll unpack this just a little bit, and then I'm going to bid you good day, because my stomach is calling, and it says, go get your cereal. So Bishop Jakes says, he promised, he, meaning God, promised. He said, you give a promise when you know that something is going to come to make you doubt And are you steering your life based on what you see, or steering your life based on what you believe? Let's put a pin right there. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about the question I just asked and be honest with yourself. Are you steering your life based on what you see, or based on what you believe? Because if the truth be told, the world in which we live today, you know, it's not going so great. We have a lot of things that we have to deal with. But I do believe that we serve a God, because guess what? This too shall pass, that will take away all of this negative stuff that we have going on, being the COVID, the monkey flu, and all these other different things that we're dealing with, the gun violence, the you know, just all of this negative stuff that's going on in the world. But you can't live your life based on what you see, i.e. the negative stuff. You have to live your life based on what you believe, and I believe that God will turn those things around. So he says, when you see the dark clouds coming, let's settle the end from the beginning. He says, I am coming out of this. He said, you ought to make a declaration right now and say, I am coming out of this. Can I ask you all to do that? Can I ask you all every day, without fail, when you wake up, I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am coming out of this. And this is whatever it is that you may be going through. Doesn't matter whether it's big, small, or in between. Tell yourself every day, I am coming out of this. So if you are living your life such that maybe you've been looking for a job, tell yourself, I'm coming out of this, because that job is coming. If you've been living paycheck to paycheck, or just barely making it to the next payday, tell yourself, I'm coming out of this. If you are in a relationship that's not really a good relationship for you, tell yourself, I am coming out of this. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, I need you to tell yourself, I'm coming out of this. But I need you to do this every day. And I need you to say it in a way that shows God that you believe it. And then as you tell yourself you're coming out of this, I need you to thank him in advance for removing those things from your life that don't serve you, but force you to serve them. Removing those pains, removing those worries, all of that other negative stuff. Thank God in advance as you tell yourself, I am coming out of this. He said, I may have to crawl, I may have to cry, but when everything is said and done, I will come out of this, because he is with me. Don't allow the presence of the storm to make you doubt the presence of God. Again, that's your shouting moment. Y'all missed it. Do not allow the presence of the storm, i.e. whatever it is that you're going through right now, make you doubt the presence of God. I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't matter to me what is going on in my life. Again, good, bad, or indifferent. I will never, ever, ever doubt the presence of God. See, because I know that God is with me all day, every day. God is with me when I do right, and he's with me when I do wrong. He's with me when I may even think about doing wrong. But I know that, as the word says, that God will never leave us nor forsake us. He was with you yesterday. He was with you as you slept through the night. He was with you when you woke up this morning. But sometimes we get so caught up in our lives that we forget to acknowledge him. I don't. I just came by today, you guys, because I want you to know that this too shall pass. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, I know it's causing you some stress. I know it's causing you some worry. I know it's causing you some anger. Some of you all experiencing sleepless nights. Some of you are dealing with high blood pressure because of whatever it is that you're going through. Maybe your kids are acting a plumb fool. Maybe your spouse is acting a plumb fool. The folks on your job, they're acting a plumb fool. But just know that this too shall pass. It will. You just have to believe that it will. See, the problem is, let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is that oftentimes people stay focused on the circumstance and forget the God that we serve can change your situation just like this. Just like this. How many times have you gone to bed at night and you were worried? As a parent, you were pacing the floor because you hadn't heard from your child and you didn't know if they were all right, or you have a significant other that tends to indulge in spirits, if you will, and you had no idea if they were all right. And you might have paced the floor. You might have missed out on some sleep because you were so worried. You had a bill and you didn't know where you were going to get the money from to take care of that bill. And again, you paced the floor. You didn't get any sleep. But when you woke up the next morning, God sent on the help that you needed. It can happen. I know I've experienced it many times before. So that's why I say I don't speak about things that I'm not sure about. I tell you about something that I know for a fact. And all I'm saying to you is take your eyes off of what you're going through and keep your eyes focused on God. Keep believing that He will make a way out of no way. Keep believing that this too shall pass. Trouble, y'all know the song, oh Lord, I was just listening to that song this morning, and they sing, trouble don't last always. And I was going to tell you that I can see the album cover or the CD cover, but for some reason I just can't think of the name of the artist. But anyway, it'll come to me. I'll try to remember to share that with you all on Wednesday before I start Wednesday's car conversation. But trouble doesn't last always, just like storms don't last always. Storms come, but then they leave. It's just like one of my favorite movies is The Perfect Storm. You see how all of that stuff was going on, and the storm was out at sea and it was whirling around, and it came and it touched down and it tore up some stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was based on a true story. But anyway, after the storm had its time, because there's a season for everything, and for everything there is a season. After the storm had its season, just as quick as it came, it was gone. Trouble don't last always. Storms don't last always. That negative stuff you're dealing with is not going to last always. I just need you all to believe. See, because I believe it for me, but I believe it for you all. I just need you to believe it for yourself. You guys, that's it. That's all I have. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time to speak life into you, to hopefully motivate you and encourage you to believe that trouble won't last always, and whatever you're dealing with has come to pass. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. So glad to see you guys again. I miss you all when I don't get a chance to see you. And y'all, yeah, just go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, have a phenomenal week on purpose, and remember, tell yourself every day when you wake up, trouble doesn't last always. This too has come to pass, and I am coming out of it. I am coming out of whatever I am in. Keep telling yourself that every day. But when you say it, I don't want you just to spew it out of your mouth. I need you to believe it in your heart. And believe that you are going to come out of whatever it is that you're dealing with. And that trouble, that whatever you're dealing with has come to pass. And I promise you, you will walk around with a smile on your face, even though your world is falling apart. And people will look at you and wonder, what's going on with them? Because they have no idea. They have no idea that you know that this too shall pass. That's it, you guys. You know the drill. You know my spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it, because I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to believe in you, and I will always be praying for you. Again, I may never meet many of you, but I'm still praying for you. I keep you in my prayers. So I'm just asking that you believe the things that I'm believing for you, so I'm not believing it by myself. Love you all, and we will talk again on Wednesday.